All right. So thank you so much for your patience. I would like to welcome all of you to this CIT Hackathon workshop. In today's workshop, the agenda is going to be on how to approach CTF. Before we start the session, I would like to give some important updates regarding the CIT Hackathon. As all of you must be aware that there has been a change in the schedule of the CIT workshop. I would like to uh, update everyone with the latest timelines of the workshop. So I'm just going to share my screen. So all of you can keep an watch on to this website, which is isaacindia.org/CIT hackathon. Over here, you can see any latest updates that come up. So the latest update for the hackathon schedule that has been changed is this. The first level 1 MCQ is going to happen again on the 20th of May. The first level was already done, but due to very few numbers of participants going ahead, there has been a level 1 happening once again. So if you missed the opportunity to take chance in the level 1 previously, definitely you have a great opportunity this time to sign up once more and give your level 1. After the level 1 that completes on 20th, 21st is the announcement of winners, and 24th of May is the level 2, which is going to be the CTF. Today we are going to discuss about what exactly are CTF and how you should approach a CTF, which will increase your chances of successfully completing the CTF tasks. Then level 3 is going to be held on 27th of May. And finally, on 29th, there is going to be announcement of the winners, and 30th May is the last day, which is going to be the prize distribution ceremony. So I hope all of you are now aware with the latest update schedule of this CIT hackathon. In case there are any changes over the timelines, it would be updated automatically over here. So you can keep an eye for this platform, and you can also bookmark this link to see any new updates in future. All right, so with this, let's start. Before I start explaining about CTF and approaches, I want to know from you guys, have any of you previously played any CTF? How many of you are aware about CTFs? Please let me know in the chat. Okay, so there is a yes, yeah. Okay, so I'm aware about CTF. Okay, so there are few people, that's great to see, who are aware about what CTF is. CTF stands for Capture the Flag, in which the participants or a user is going to solve a series of tasks. Based on that, he would be getting a final result, which is generally known as a flag. Flag shows the completion of the CTF, which is generally the answer or a string of characters, which upon submission says that the CTF flag that has been captured is correct or incorrect. So the same approach is going to be followed in the CIT Hackathon CTF as well. The Jeopardy style CTF, in which you have to solve a series of tasks. Based on that, you identify a flag. Upon submission of the flag, you identify that the flag is correct or incorrect. Now, in this CTF, you're going to come across a series of challenges that would be based on web, reversing, forensics, steganography, etc. Today, we are going to discuss the category which is web. And I'm going to share some of the tips that you can definitely include into your approach or methodology when you're going to start the hackathon. I'm also going to discuss about some of the tools, techniques, and tips that will be helpful for you, which will give you an extra edge so you can be more efficient and productive when you're going to approach and you're going to attempt the CTF questions. Now, one disclaimer before we start the session is whatever tools, techniques that I'm going to show you does not resemble the exact CTF questions that are going to be upcoming in the hackathon. This is a simplest general approach that can be used in any CTFs that you're going to appear or play. So with this, let's start and let's understand how you can approach an application in a category of web CTF. So to start this, we are going to see an example on a website which is testphp.vulnweb.com. Let's consider this is my target and I need to identify a potential flag from here. The first thing that we are going to do whenever we approach any target application is try to see if there are any hidden hints by the developer or the CTF creator. So the first thing that I'm going to do is I'm going to go and click on View Page Source. Now when I'm here, I'm trying to see if there are any hints that have been embedded into the page source of testphp.vulnweb.com. Here, I cannot see there are any hints. So I'll try to go to the next step. Let me show you one such CTF over here. So I'm going to go over here. Okay. So you guys can see over here, this is an example dummy CTF that has been created by me, wherein you can see it says pro tip, always see the source code for the answers and hints, and there is a button which says enter protected area. Let me zoom it for you. So here you can see this says enter protected area, and when I click over here, it asks you to enter a password. And I don't know the password, so I'm just going to type a random bunch of characters and I'm going to hit OK. You guys can see I got a message which says access denied, unauthorized, incident will be reported, which means obviously this is an incorrect password. Now, as I mentioned, the first basic step or approach that should be included into your methodology before you jump on different techniques is try to see some hints in the application itself. So let's do one thing. Let's try to go and read the source. So I'm going to right click and I'm going to click on View Page Source. Here I can see there's a JavaScript. As we can see over here, script ends and script starts. And before we read the JavaScript, let's try to see if there are any hidden comments onto this page. And I cannot see any hidden comments. Fine. Let us try to understand the JavaScript itself. Here, if you look, here I'm able to identify a comment which says here is your answer, which says me that if password 1 to lowercase is let me in, then I should get an alert which says you got it right, redirecting to area 51. You can also see there is a second string of code over here which says access denied, unauthorized, incident will be reported, which is exactly the same string that we got when we entered the wrong password. So let me just try to copy let me in, go over the protected area, and let me try to paste it and hit OK. And you can see we exactly got the same alert that we saw into the page source. Awesome. Let's hit OK. Here you can see there was a pop-up. So let's try to go over there. Here you can see This is the next step that I have reached, which says congratulations on reaching here. So we have successfully completed our step first, that was getting the password for the protected area, and reaching the second step. Now here you can see there's a message which is the part 2 of this challenge, which says your senses will help you clear the CTF or you die. And there is a link which points to a private bin.net URL and says happy hacking. So from here, if you're going to try the same thing, let's go in the page source and try to see if there is anything sensitive which has been hard-coded or commented in the source. And I cannot see anything over here. So we have only one approach over here, that is trying to visit this URL, and let's see what's happening over there. When I go over here, okay, so here you can see it is asking to enter a password for this paste. Now, I do not have any idea that what should be the password over here. So I'm just going to randomly try a password, which is password itself, and I'm going to hit decrypt. When I do that, you can see, did you enter a wrong password? Could not decrypt the data, which means the password that I entered is incorrect and I'm not able to decrypt the data and finally get the flag. All right. Whenever you come under or whenever you come across these circumstances, you always have to make sure that answers or at least hints are being hidden in the question itself. So let's try to read the question once more. I hope all of you are with me, guys. I would appreciate if you acknowledge me in the chat. All of you are with me. You're able to understand the steps that we are doing. I've got only one yes. What about others? We are going to see some more test cases which will help you enhance your methodology, or at least give you a generalized approach of how you could approach or go ahead with a CTF. Okay, awesome. So that's great. Let's get back to the CTF once again. Here, let's try to read this. Congratulations on reaching here. Your senses will help you clear the CTF or you die. So this is the question. Let's try to see the answer in this itself. So here I can see your senses will help you. Okay, so my senses are going to help me. So let's go on Google and let's see what are senses, because it is going to help me. And here I can see a Wikipedia page, the first link, and I can see 5 senses, 7 senses. So randomly, I'm going to visit the first link and I'm going to see what are the senses. Okay, so sensory organs. Okay, so here I can see light, sound, eyes, nose, mouth, skin. Okay. Here I can see vision, hearing. So these are the senses, which is vision, hearing, touch, taste, smell. Okay, so I'm going to type randomly one of the sense, which is smell, and I'm going to decrypt this. It did not help me. Let us try the other one. So let's say I'm going to type this time hear. And when I did that, it successfully decrypted. So the hint was correct that your senses will help you clear the CTF. And once it is decrypted, you guys can see I'm able to get one more link over here, which points me to answer.mp3. So I'm going to click on that and I'm going to see what exactly is answer.mp3. And when I do that, it loads a mp3 file.
Congratulations on reaching here. You have cleared the CTF. The answer is hack the planet.
Okay, so now you guys can see I am able to get the answer. The flag was hack the planet, which I was able to solve based on the senses hint that I got, which was hearing. And finally, I was able to get a mp3 file, which upon hearing, I came across and I got the final answer. Let me play this once more.
Congratulations on reaching here. You have cleared the CTF. The answer is hack the planet.
Awesome. So this was one of the very basic CTF, which included some steps to solve it. And a very generalized approach that how you can identify hints for any such questions that you come across. I hope everyone understood. Yes, please let me know, guys, before we proceed further. How was the CTF? Easy, moderate, or hard? Tricky. Okay, we got one answer which is tricky. What about others? Easy. Okay, it was easy, very easy, easy, awesome, great. Okay, so CTFs are not very tricky at times, but it depends upon your approach. Sometimes what happens is you go across dead ends, or you go across rabbit holes in which you only think in a specific direction. So a very uh, good tip that I want to give everyone is that whenever you are going to approach for CTFs, try each and every possible way that you could. Do not limit yourself in thinking in a specific or one direction only. Okay, it could be possible that you are thinking too much sometimes, wherein the solution or the approach is very simple, which you think or you overestimate that obviously this is not going to work. It is very simple and it won't work on the CTF. Okay, this happens many times, and this has happened to me as well. So always try to start with the most simplest and the most basic approach and gradually move forward with the CTF. Okay, just don't overestimate or underestimate things when you are playing CTFs. Try every possible way that you could that could help you get your flag. Okay, so is everyone able to understand now? So can we proceed further? Please let me know, guys. You have any question? You have any anything to share before we proceed further? Any doubts? We can proceed. Awesome. Okay. Okay, so this was one of the basic, simplest approach that we saw. Let us try to see some more techniques that is going to help us clear a CTF. Okay, so I'm going to go on this CTF, which is CTF 4, or let's try to approach next CTF, which is CTF 5. These CTF that I'm trying to show you are again a demo CTF. Okay, these are very simple general CTFs that have been created for your practice purposes. Okay, so let's try to solve this one now. It says, welcome to the CTF. Show your skills and get the flag. Admin is guarding the flag behind the wall. So there is an admin who is guarding the flag. Remember, only admin has the rights to pass through the wall. Bribe him with something sweet and get the flag. Awesome. And there's a link to Pico CTF. So let's try to go over there. So I'm going to open up Firefox browser this time, and I'm going to go over there. Okay, let us try to see. Pico CTF is a really nice platform for playing CTF. There are a variety of CTFs that you can try over here. So it is good for your learning and for your practicing purposes. Okay, there is Pico Gym where you can practice your CTF skills. That is going to help you. Okay, so you can simply go to practice. You can sign up over here. You can practice multiple CTFs over here, which are going to help you understand the approach and methodology. Okay. Now, for some reasons, this CTF is down. So let's try to go and solve another one. Okay. So here you can see there's a CTF which says decrypt this to prove you are a hacker. And there is a string that we can see. Now, currently we don't know what string is this, but I know that this is an encrypted string because the question says decrypt this to prove you are a hacker. And here I can see submit the answer below. So it is asking me to submit my answer here. So I'm just going to put something random, which is incorrect, and hit OK. And you can see the same error message. Okay. Let us try to load and let us try to see some hints. So there is already a hint which has been written over here, which says, it is an easy challenge. God's best creature is human and his special senses. So again, there is a hint which says God, human, and senses. The first thing that we are going to see is we are going to go into the page source and trying to see something from here. The first basic approach is try to see hints in the source, comments, or on the question itself. Here, let us see if there are any comments. No. Can you guys see a hidden message over here? So here I can see the exact same script code which says pass lower to case. So you thought it was gonna be so easy. So let's try this if this works. Let's go over here. Let's submit the decryption over here and let's see. Or before we do that, okay, let's hit OK. Yeah, and you guys can see you got it right. Use one of your senses to clear the CTF. Let me move one step forward, and this time you can see, congratulations, you have cleared the 50% of the CTF. Go here to clear the other half. Now there's again a private bin. So I'm going to go over here. Before we go here, let's try to see if there is any answer hidden in the page source. There are no answers in the page source. Let's go over here. I don't know the password, so I'm just going to put anything random and I'm going to try to decrypt it. Okay, so it did not work. Now, I just want to show you one more thing. Let's go back to CTF 6. One of the way of solving the CTF was getting the answer from the page source, which was hard-coded by the developer, which we got from here. The second approach could be decrypting this string. So let us just Google this. And here, I'm unable to see that this string, I'm unable to match this string with any of the decrypted hashes. So let me go to some websites where I'll try to decrypt this. So I'm going to go on this website, which is decode.fr, which is used for decoding hashes. I'm going to paste this and I'm going to hit enter. Let's try to see if this works. Okay, so it says nothing found. No problem. Let's use some other website. So let's say online decoder. Okay. Let's try MD5. Let's see if we can decrypt it. So I'm going to paste it here once more and it is loading. Let's wait. Till then, let's use one more website and let's try to decrypt this. Sorry, this hash is not in our database. No problem. Let's try it over here. Okay, still it says not in our database, but definitely you can try across other databases where you can try to decrypt this. Okay, you guys can try different tools like Hashcat or Hydra, which will also help you decrypt the hash. Okay, now if there was no hint in the page source which was hidden, the only approach would be cracking this hash. Okay, but you should not always think in one specific direction. Instead of cracking this hash, which everyone could have attempted for, we directly got the answer from here. Okay, so which means whenever I'm going to crack this hash, the answer is going to be this. Now, I don't know what is the algorithm through which the admin has encoded or encrypted this, but I know the password, that the password is going to be this. Okay. So that is fine. That's absolutely fine. Okay. But I'm just trying to show that there are more than two possible ways, or more than at least one possible way of solving CTFs every time. Okay. So you should keep that into your mind. All right. Let's get back over here and let's try to solve this now. And we have a hint which says your hacking alma mater always helps you. This is the hint, and I'm not able to understand anything based on this hint. So my best friend is Google. So I'm going to go on Google and I'm going to paste this. Okay, so I got when I'm just copy pasting this, I'm getting some results which says hacking grad school, alma mater, my graduation ceremony, etc. So this means that alma mater could be school or graduation ceremony. So let's try to search only alma mater and let's see what is it exactly. Alma mater is an Latin phrase which is used to identify a school, college, or a university which you have studied from. Okay. So what could be the possible answer for this? Let's go back to the question. Your hacking alma mater always helps you. So what could be my hacking alma mater? Any answers? Any guesses? What could be your hacking alma mater? College? So definitely let's try college, school. So it's a place where you have learned hacking. Any answers? Okay, so some of the students who are sitting with me are saying Hacktify. So let's try to hit Hacktify and let's try to decrypt it. And it got right. I have my flag which says, you got it, you are a pro. So you guys have to basically trial and error and think in all possible directions. So you're correct, Praveen. You have finally achieved the flag. Okay. With this, I'm just trying to show you that there could be possible ways, multiple possible ways of solving things. Okay. Even we are not able to identify the algorithm of the encrypted string, we were able to get it from the page source. Then we moved forward. We didn't knew what was alma mater. We tried to do a Google search wherein we identified that, oh, it's a Latin phrase which means school. Then we again read the question which said that hacking school. So what possibly it could be? So it was this. I hope you guys understood this. I hope you guys are able to understand. Yes? Yes? Awesome. Are you guys enjoying? Do you like it? Should we proceed further and solve one more CTF? Yes? Okay. Awesome. Okay, we have got a couple of yes. That means that we are going to move ahead to try for one more CTF. Okay. Okay, so let's try CTF 2 or CTF 4. Okay. CTF 5. Okay, let's try to solve this CTF. Okay. Or we'll do one thing. I want you guys to help me solving this CTF this time. If we are unable to solve this CTF in the given time frame, you guys can take it as your task or homework to solve this CTF. Okay. So it says important, please read. To start with the CTF, you have to upgrade your rank to soldier. Prove that you are elite and connect here. Okay, fine. Let's go to page source. I cannot see anything, hidden message, commented, any type of JavaScript code. Okay, so there's only one possibility right now to go to the link. Let's go over there. Okay, so here I can see there is a story. There's a article or a blog which was written on November 10, 2020. And there's a story which says, let's read this story. Glad you reached here. This CTF contains a story and you have to clear each step to capture the flag. Let's begin. There's a story which says, once upon a time there was a beautiful girl named Isabella. The whole city was mesmerized by her beauty. Everyone came to adore her. In the backyard of her house, there was a small pond. She used to go for long walks, playing around for long hours. Flowers, fishes, trees, all were her best friends. But suddenly one day, all the fishes died. The CTF starts here. Mystery starts here. Fishes are dying. Save them. Take help of Isabella. There is a long encrypted string. We don't still know the algorithm. And we have read the story in which we have got two hints. First hint is there is someone called as Isabella. Second hint is the fishes are dying. Let's try to go and see the page source. Let's see if there is anything that is over here that could possibly help us get any information. So I cannot see anything, any hints, any sensitive information, or any hard-coded passwords as such that could help me. Okay, no problem. Let's try to understand what is this. So the easiest approach that one could follow is copy the encrypted string and paste it on Google to see if there is a hash for this. Okay, so I cannot see it over here, but it is matching something on Twitter. So let's try to see what exactly is this. This tweet was deleted by the tweet author. Okay, so there is one connection that we got, that is we got a tweet, but the tweet was deleted. And can you guys give any hints? What should we do now? There is something called as Wayback Machine, which archives everything on the internet. So let's try to see what exactly the tweet was, which is deleted now. So for that, I'm going to go to Wayback Machine. I hope you guys are able to understand. Hashbuster. Okay, we'll try Hashbuster as well to crack the hash. Okay, so I'm going to go on Wayback Machine to see what was the tweet which is now deleted. Okay, unfortunately, the page was not archived. Okay, so this is one entry point that we have got. So what I'm going to do is, at positions like this, I make notes so that I possibly do not mess up or forget all the possible points that I have to try. Okay, so we got a Twitter link which was deleted, and we couldn't see Wayback data. Okay, let's see what possible hints we can get because I cannot move forward from here anywhere. I see there is a account which is UGC India. So let me go to UGC India and let's try to see. Okay, official Twitter account of University Grants Commission, New Delhi. Okay, I am not sure if I can get anything from here, but I'll still try to put in some efforts over here to identify some things. Okay, but I think this could possibly point me in wrong direction. So I'm still going to keep this as one of my entry points that I have got, but I'll try to proceed further now. Let's go back over here. Okay, so someone is helping us from the participant. Thank you so much, Akash. Okay, so what we are going to do is we are going to take help from Isabella this time. So we are going to go on Google and we are going to say, who is Isabella? So Isabella is the former queen. Okay, and she died in 1504. She was the queen of Spain. Okay. What was the second hint that we got? Fishes are dying. So Akash has helped us because we have got a hint that is fish. So I'm going to say fish. And let's say is there any fish encryption? So I'm going to say fish encryption. And I have two encryptions that are related to fish, which is fish cipher and blowfish cipher. Okay. So let us try to see both. So first I'm going to try blowfish decryption. Blowfish decryption. Okay, input type text. Okay, so let us put the text that we have got from here and go here. It is asking blowfish. It is asking for a key. Now we don't know the key. Key is basically the password. So we are again hitting a dead end. Let's try to read the story once more. Here we can see fishes are dying, save them and take help from Isabella. So I am suspecting that my help will be done by Isabella and the key should be Isabella. Let's try this and let's hit decrypt. And yes, this is decrypted. Can you guys see this? The fish has died. But go here. It is basically pointing us to a link which is diffuse.ca, and there is a link and there is a hint which says dates are mesmerizing. My fishes and I too died on the same day. There is a hint and there's a link. So I'm going to go on the link now. So let me just copy this. And I'm going to paste this over here. Okay, and I'm going to fix this now quickly. So this is going to be https :/ diffuse. There were a lot of spaces added in the encryption part, which makes it difficult for us to understand. So I'm just going to remove the spaces to see. I hope all of you are able to understand, guys, the approach. Yeah. Awesome. Awesome. Okay. So we are finally able to make our link again. And let's go to this link and see what is hidden over there. So when we go over there, okay. So here you can see the paste you're looking could not be found. So there could be a possible reason that while removing the spaces, I have missed something from here. So I'm going to try it once more and then I'll proceed further. Okay. I'll keep this task for you guys for now. Okay. I want you guys to solve the other half of the CTF from here. Okay. Take the hints and try to proceed further and see if you're able to solve this. Okay. Okay, so let's keep this Isabella as a mystery and try to solve it if you can as your homework. Till then, I'll try to cover one more approach that is going to help you. Okay. Whenever we are on targets, one thing that is going to definitely help us in identifying information for the target is technology detection. So let's say I'm onto this target, which is testphp.vulnweb.com. Here, you guys can see I have installed an extension which is Webalizer. In Webalizer, when I click over here, you guys can see testphp.vulnweb.com. Let's say this is my example demo CTF. Here you can see the operating system which is installed is Ubuntu. Web server is Nginx 1.19.0. Programming language is PHP and reverse proxy is Nginx. This may look like very small information, but this definitely is going to help you in long run. Technology detection is super important because it gives you an overall idea of the tech stack of the application that has been created. Let me just give you one very simple example that for one of the CTF that I came across. When I got the CTF link, there was a web application which was running. I did technology detection and I came to know that it was running on Drupal. Drupal in a specific version. I simply went to Google and I searched for Drupal RCE Metasploit. So I got a RCE which was Drupal Gedeon 3. This was the RCE that I ran onto that specific CTF. This allowed me to get the access to the CTF server. Once I got the access to the CTF server, I was able to navigate into multiple directories. There was a directory named as flag. I went inside that directory and there was an encrypted string. I got that string and I decrypted it, and then I was able to finally get my answer or my flag. Okay. And it was the most simplest and easiest approach that I could do. I agree there could be potentially more ways to approach that CTF, but the path that I tried best suited me and it was the easiest approach that I could follow. Just based on technology detection, I identified that the target is running an outdated version of Drupal I exploited it, got access to the server, and directly downloaded the file, decrypted it, and got the flag. Okay. Technology detection is going to be very, very helpful for you. So Vapalizer is one such extension. This is a free Chrome extension. You can also install this on your Firefox browser, which is definitely going to help you. Okay. Apart from this, there is also a tool called as HTTPX that you guys can use, which is also very useful for HTTP detection for targets. Okay. So let me show you this as well, how it works. So I'm going to open up my terminal. I'm going to pick up a target. So let's say I'm going to pick up a target which is https://testphp.vulnweb.com, and I'm going to say pipe httpx tech-detect. Okay. You guys can install HTTPX tool into your computer by simply going to the releases, and you can download the compatible version for your system from the assets. So currently I'm using macOS AMD 64, so I'm going to download this version. You guys can download Windows or Linux, whatever is your running operating system. So I'm going to run HTTP detect, and I'm also going to see the content length of the page. And I'm going to hit enter. When I do this, let's wait until HTTPX gives me the answer or the output. And you guys can see I got all the required information directly from my terminal. The target is running Ubuntu, that's right. It's running Nginx reverse proxy and PHP as the web application language. Okay, will this recording be posted on YouTube? I'm afraid I would miss the session from now on. Yes. The Isaac team will basically decide this if they're going to put this on YouTube. Okay. Okay. So HTTPX is a tool that can be utilized to do tick detection on large scale of targets. Here, I'm just using one such target, which is test PHP. But in case you want to supply a big list, then you can also supply that. Okay. So let's say I'm going to supply a list of subdomains. So I'm going to say subfinder-d. Let's say hacktify.in, and let's pass all the subdomains of hacktify.in to tick detection for HTTPX from our terminal itself. So here you can see it is enumerating subdomains for Hacktify, and it identified 23 subdomains from which it is trying to validate which subdomains are running what. If you guys can look over here, learn.hacktify is a subdomain which runs Ruby on Rails. It runs something called as Thinkific. It also runs, so basically all the subdomain runs on Cloudflare. Now here I got some idea, so I'll just simply try to go on Google and try to know what is Thinkific. Okay, so Thinkific Labs is a LMS, learning management system. Okay, so I can try to identify if there are any vulnerabilities that are pertaining to Thinkific. Let's say Thinkific vulnerability. Okay, so here I can see, oh, there is a cross-site scripting vulnerability in Thinkific. Okay, so will this cross-site scripting vulnerability help me solve a CTF that is hosted on learn.hacktify.in? So these are the potential ways you have to try to connect dots. CTF solving is basically identifying multiple dots and try to connect them, looking backwards. Okay, and always try to think in as many as possible manner and as many as possible ways. Okay, so just don't limit yourself. We are running short of time, so I'm just going to show you one more way of how fuzzing can be useful for you to identify sensitive information for targets, which could potentially leak you or give you some hints to solve the CTF. So I'm going to try fuzzing on the same target, which is testphp.vulnweb.com, and the tool that I'm going to use is FUF. FUF is a fast web fuzzer written in Go. So I'm going to download the compatible version from releases. From here, currently I'm using macOS, so I have this version up and running in my system. Yes, you can see this is the help menu. Let me clear my screen, and I'm going to say FUF-u and the URL. So I'm going to give the target URL as testphp.vulnweb.com, and I need to fuzz the application with the help of a word list. Now, you guys can be specific in terms of identifying word list for the CMS, that is the content management system from Seclist. Okay. Always try to identify specific word list based on the technology stack detection that you have done in the previous step. For example, if the target is running Adobe AEM, let's say, only brute force those endpoints or do fuzzing for that. If the target is running JSP, don't fuzz for ASPX path. Okay. If the target is running on Linux, don't fuzz for Windows directory traversal. That is not going to help you. Okay. So I'm going to go over here and I'm going to go in fuzzing. So let me click on fuzzing, and you guys can see over here there are multiple alphanumeric environment identifiers, HTTP request methods. I'm going to use fuzzboom, okay, because this is the most common and generic one that we can try to use. You guys can definitely try to use specific as well. So let's say seclist JSP, so which will give you a list of JSP endpoints that you can try on in target. Okay, not this one. So here you guys can see web content. In web content, you can go to CMS and you can see SAP Drupal. So if my target is running Drupal based on tech stack, I'm going to go and run only Drupal.txt, which is going to give me sensitive information. Can you guys see admin.php? If my target is running admin.php with default credentials, I can just simply log in over there, upload a file and get a remote code execution from there. Okay, so this is very useful and very general tips that is going to help you. You guys can see Joomla, SharePoint, SAP, and so on. Okay, WordPress example, Apache Tomcat, IIS, etc. For now, we are going to use the most common generic one, which is fuzzboom. So I'm going to say and go on fuzzboom, and I'm going to download this. So I'll just click on raw. I'll download this word list using wget. The word list is downloaded, and I'm going to use this word list now. So I'm going to say fuzzboom.txt. My target is this. Where I need to fuzz? I need to fuzz to identify new directories, new endpoints, new pages. One tip that I want to give you is whenever you are doing fuzzing, always use recursion. Recursion will help you identify multi-layer directories. For example, if testphp.vulnweb identifies a directory which is 1, FUF will automatically pick that and start fuzzing inside that directory. Okay, this feature is not available in other tools, okay, which will not help you fuzz for multiple directories in recursion. I'm going to hit enter, and you guys can see it has started. Now, if you guys notice over here, it identified something called as .idea. And if you look and read this, it says adding a new job to the queue, which is .idea/fuzz. We gave fuzz over here after the main domain, but once it identified an endpoint which is .idea, it started fuzzing over there. Okay, so it automatically created a new job. Same thing you can see over here. It identified admin and it automatically added fuzz after admin. Awesome. Let's try to see what's at admin. So I'm going to go over here. Okay, so there's a directory listing which exists over here, which contains create.sql file. So I'm going to click on that and I'm going to see what is inside. Okay, so there's a SQL file which contains the queries to create a database. That is, the name of the database is waspart and so on. Nothing as such sensitive over here that could be potentially helpful for me, but this approach can definitely be used to dig in and identify sensitive information from targets. Okay, and you guys can see it is trying to identify more .idea first, admin first, admin first. So it is continuously running. Any directory it identifies, it is going to add a job of recursion, identify more directories that could potentially be useful for you in solving the CTF. Okay. I hope everyone understood. Yeah. So how was it, guys? Please let me know. We are at the end of the session. I want to utilize the last 5 minutes with you guys. I want to discuss. If you have any questions, queries, feedbacks, please let me know. Let's use this last 5 minutes for discussion. Excellent, great, amazing. I'm very happy that you guys liked it. And definitely there could be something that you have learned from today's workshop that is going to help you in approaching CTFs. We try to solve at least 2 of them and one half. And the other part is homework for you guys. So I would like that you guys try it. It looks very easy when you do it, but gets difficult when we try. That's absolutely fine. See, as I said, that everyone has a different approach to solve CTFs, okay? You should always make notes, which is I do, so that I do not only keep thinking in one specific direction and burn all my energy over here. For example, if I got a vulnerable let's say CMS over there, I'm just trying to figure out to exploit it, but I'm not able to exploit it. I'm not able to get the right exploit. I'm not able to get a reverse shell. I'm not able to upload a file over there, etc. But doing these things, I tend to skip the easy things, which could be a potential path to solve the CTF. Okay, so always try to think in all possible direction. Make notes. It is going to be helpful for you. When you make notes, you try to connect the dots as well. Okay, so this will help you. What will be in the next class? In the next class, we are going to understand more about solving CTF, but in different category. Today we saw the category web. In next class, we'll see reversing, we'll see steganography and cryptography. Learn new things in the session. Amazing. Sir, something about CV 20221388. Yeah, this CV big IP F5 server. The entire internet is going crazy behind this CVE. Okay, I still don't understand why such a very top-notch product by organization use a bash interpreter. So there is a remote code execution vulnerability unauthenticated, wherein in a post request you are able to pass the command with -c parameter, which is basically passing your input to a bash interpreter, which executes it, and you're able to get the output of it, through which you can get a remote code execution. You can execute commands, and you can also get a reverse shell. So it's a very nice vulnerability. I would definitely suggest everyone to explore it and try to practice it on lab setup, at least to understand it. But I still don't understand why the product was using a bash interpreter. Okay, that's fine. Great, have learned new things. Can you share the CTF link? Yes, I would definitely share the CTF links with you guys so you guys can practice. Okay. Simply go to srsecure.xyz CTF. Okay, I'll just paste it over here. Who is your left side? These are participants like you who are on my left and right. Can we have the recording? Yes, it would be uploaded on the Isaac YouTube channel. How can I learn CTF? I'm a noob. So definitely, you can explore Pico CTF, CTF Time, and there are Try Hack Me, and there are other different platforms where you can try to see CTFs. Okay, there are some of the CTFs that we have hosted on srsecure.xyz where you can try to practice. Okay, this will definitely give you more extra edge. Try to participate in as many as CTF challenges or hackathons that you come across, which will help you build up a strong methodology, guys. Okay, and don't be afraid playing CTFs. It's always about a unique approach, a faster approach, a better efficient approach to solve things. Okay, and it is always about connecting the dots and try to think out of the box, and by just connecting your targets dots that you have. Okay, so there is not a wrong or a right approach to solve a CTF. You could definitely have a much more better and efficient approach than me, or I might be thinking in a direction that you might not be thinking. So it's always about everyone's approach towards it, and there is no wrong or right way. There could be multiple possible ways to solve a challenge. Will the next class be free? Yes, it is going to be free. The hackathon workshops are going to be free of cost for everyone. Okay. And we are hitting the time. Okay. At the end, I just want to wish you all the best for the CIT Hackathon. Thank you so much for joining, guys. I really appreciate your time for joining the workshop and being such an amazing interactive audience. So I really appreciate it. And I wish all the best to all of you for the hackathon. I wish most of you go through the first round, second round, and third round. At least if you don't win the hackathon, you have a great learning experience through the hackathon by learning and solving the challenges that our team has created. Once again, I wish all the best to all of you. Until we meet the next time, I want you guys to practice and explore things, so we have great and better interaction for the next workshop when we meet, so that you have more questions. Okay. How to register for the CIT Hackathon? You can simply go on this website. I'm going to paste the link of the website. There is a registration for students and professionals. Based on your need, you can register. So for those who have already registered, you do not have to register. The registration is only for the new entries. Okay. If you are a student, if you are in college, you can choose student registration. If you are a working professional, you can register for the professional version. Okay guys, so we'll stop here for today. Thank you so much for joining and giving your time. I appreciate it. And until then, we'll meet next time.